Hello, my name is Amelia Stewart Short and I'm the founder of School of Meta.Mothering. Our first course that is being launched very shortly, which is actually a free offering, a mini but really not so mini course because it has so much transformational and potentially life-changing content and exercises, because I'm collaborating with my dear friend, the beautiful Maria Sophia Confortis, who really has embodied the practice of embodiment. It's her passion, her genius, and her purpose to work with the body and all of the bodies that we inhabit. So our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual bodies, and really reach a place of balance and harmony with them, where we can take whatever topic or idea or interest that we are working with and ground it into our bodies. And that's really what embodiment is. It's no longer just talking the talk, it's about really walking the walk. And how do you get there? So the topic of the course is embodying sovereignty. What does that mean? You may be thinking. Well, sovereignty is the supreme power or authority of yourself in the context that we are describing it, self-sovereignty. And sovereignty really, to me, is the same thing as freedom. And it's the same thing as responsibility. So there are three parts to the dimension of sovereignty. Sovereignty, freedom, responsibility. You can think of it as a triangle. So to be self-sovereign means to be your own supreme power or authority. And you are the guiding force, the deciding ruler of your life. And your powerfulness exudes from your every cell. This is not in an egotistical way. No, it's a very self-assured, confident, humble, and obvious way. There's no arguing with you because you have nothing to defend. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to protect, and you have nothing to hide. You are you, and no one can ever take that away from you. It feels really good talking about it because it's something that has changed my life, and I know can change yours too. Especially in the world that we're living in today, with so much chaos happening all around us. No matter what your belief system is about the current state of affairs, it doesn't really matter about that. It matters about you being able to be you and not letting anyone take that away from you, because in truth they can't, but often we let them. Your inner compass is wise beyond measure. No one knows better about what is best for you than you. So being sovereign means that you live your life internally motivated, so in tune with every whisper or scream that occurs in your body, which is where the embodiment part comes in and why the two are really hand in hand. The current affairs, the state of the world, the circumstances of your life don't dictate your personal state of being, because sovereignty is really the realization of the choice you have in the way you view the world. So I'm going to share a little story now about imagination and sovereignty. And it's really, really beautiful and moving example of how you can be free in every single moment, even when you're in a prison, even when you're being walked to your own death, you can be free. This is an excerpt I'm reading from the book The World Could Be Otherwise by Norman Fisher. Here's a story about how imagination changes the world, even in the worst possible circumstances. It involves the French surrealist poet Robert Desnos. Desnos was Jewish. During World War II, he went underground to fight for the resistance. He was captured and sent to the concentration camps. One day, along with many other men, Desnos is crowded onto the bed of one of the trucks that transports prisoners from the barracks. The men fully understand where they are going. The truck always leaves the barracks full and returns empty. Their destination is the gas chambers and the ovens. No one in the truck bed speaks. The mood is resigned, stricken, eyes lowered, faces grim. When the truck arrives, the prisoners slowly and silently descend as if in a dream. The guards, normally full of jokes and banter, fall silent, unable to avoid catching the prisoner's mood. But this almost religious silence is abruptly interrupted. One of the men in the line of prisoners suddenly, with great animation, jumps up, pivots, grabs the hand of the man behind him. Astonishingly, his nose almost touching the man's hand, his body coiled tight with energy, he begins to read the man's palm. "I am so excited for you," he exclaims happily. "You are going to live a very long life. You are going to have 3 children, a beautiful wife, wealth, so fantastic, so wonderful." His excitement is contagious. First one man, then another, in shock and bewilderment, thrusts out his hand. Each one receives the same sort of prediction. Long life, children, wealth, exciting career, beautiful surroundings, peace, happiness, success, joy unending. As Desnos reads palm after palm, the atmosphere of the moment, drop by drop at first, and then, as if in a sudden tidal wave, breaking all at once, completely transforms. The prisoners are smiling, laughing, clapping one another on the back, their burden lifted, their reality transformed. Even more astonishingly, the guards are also affected. Like the prisoners, they had been living a dark spell in which the marching of men to slaughter was a normal and acceptable everyday occurrence. But now, with this absurd and unprecedented event, this sudden and gratuitous evocation of an alternative reality, the spell is broken. The guards are disoriented, confused. The reality they had been living a moment ago has been somehow suddenly cast into doubt, all but shattered. They are no longer sure what is real and what is not. Perhaps their better natures, long suppressed in an effort to conform to the Nazi madness that defined their world, long numb to the grief, the guilt, the horror, were stirred by Desnos' powerful commitment to his absurd, but perhaps not absurd, vision. Who knows? They are in any case so undone by the jolly scene in front of them that they no longer know what to do. They can't go through with the executions. So they march the prisoners back onto the truck bed and send them back to the barracks. This course is about releasing dogma, releasing programming and restrictive belief systems, and just being limitlessly free. Sovereignty is an internal state, and it's one that needs to be embodied. And that is what we are here to help you with.